Everyone is misunderstanding the matchup between Tapori and Oliveira. Tapori is one of the most dangerous fighters of all time and is the rightful favorite against Oliveira this Saturday. However, one key factor that will control how this fight plays out is being completely ignored. In this video, I'll break down what everyone is missing, then discuss how each fighter could win. If you like cold hard analysis, subscribe, turn on all notifications, and join the community. Tapori's opponents all have something in common. None of them are prolific knockout artists. While people think of Emmett as a knockout artist, he actually only has a 36% UFC knockout rate. Holloway, contrary to expectations, actually has the highest UFC knockout rate of all of Tapori's opponents at 50%. This is no coincidence. While the upcoming generation has some knockout artists, the previous generation was very decision and submission heavy. Because of this, Tapori's style as we've seen it was designed to beat fighters who don't pose a significant knockout threat. As we discussed in my video on Tapori's weaknesses, he's open in 3 key ways. He's open to kicks, he's open as he throws, and he's open when he enters. While these are of course exploitable weaknesses, it is also strategic. It allows Tapori to hyperfixate on utilizing his footwork to outmaneuver his opponents and find the one kill shot he needs. This has led to an interesting scenario in which Tapori was behind on strikes in his last 2 fights, but ultimately of course got the job done in an emphatic fashion. This style and strategy will not be an option against Oliveira. While Tapori utilizes looping shots with his full body weight to create flatline knockouts, Oliveira has dropped some of the more durable fighters in the sport with simple straights. I would say that he has more natural power than Tapori, given the effect he has with significantly less wind-up, and he's also more than willing to punish overextensions in lethal fashion. Yes, his choice of finishing tool is ultimately submissions, but they are all the more dangerous due to the fact that he is genuinely dangerous everywhere. Because of this, Tapori inevitably will have to change his game plan. Oliveira can be hurt, and Tapori of course has the means to hurt him, but the last thing Tapori wants is a 50-50 who lands first situation with a fresh Oliveira. It's impossible to know if this means that Tapori will wrestle more, be more careful with setups on the feet, or something entirely different. But I am confident that while he still will be aggressive, there will be a more defensively minded focus than usual. Tapori's most obvious path to victory is punishing Oliveira's reliance on the high guard. Oliveira has gotten clipped around the high guard many times throughout his career. Given that Tapori throws large majority looping shots, his style is perfect to exploit that. Tapori has historically struggled generating finishing power on the back foot, so he really wants to be moving forwards at all times. Since Oliveira also performs best on the front foot, a lot of this fight may come down to who is able to successfully establish pressure. Besides when he's rocked, the only time Oliveira doesn't move forwards is when there's a constant takedown threat that prevents him from rushing in. This makes me personally guess that Tapori's game plan alteration to deal with Oliveira's danger will be to wrestle early. From what we've seen, Tapori is likely more dangerous in the later rounds than Oliveira. Because of that, he can afford to focus on shooting early and just staying safe on the ground to stifle Oliveira's offense. Even if Oliveira gets up each time, he'll start backing up more consistently, which will help Tapori find the kill shot. There are of course plenty of dangers on the ground with Oliveira. Tapori needs to shoot simple double legs only. No complex single to double leg transitions or anything, because that gives Oliveira more than enough time to snatch up a guillotine. On the ground, Tapori needs to keep his chest down. As soon as someone starts to lift their chest, Oliveira has enough space to start throwing up his legs and make something happen. But if the chest stays down, no one can really get off damage and it just eats time and energy. Oliveira's fighting style is quite misunderstood. A lot of people consider him an opportunistic fighter who will snatch things up or find a big shot when it's presented. While there is some truth to this, he doesn't wait for those moments, he creates them. Oliveira methodically breaks down his opponents with pressure and danger in every position until they make a fatal mistake. While there are elements of this that will be critical to push Tapori back and hurt him, there are others that need to be reined in. While Tapori is weaker on the back foot, Oliveira cannot take too many shots around the guard. Instead of relying on the high guard, he needs significantly better distance management this fight, so no running into the pocket without setup. He did demonstrate some improvements in this area against Chandler, so it is feasible that it could be the step up in defense that Oliveira needs. Oliveira needs to stay at his max distance or in the clinch, not in the pocket where Ilia thrives. The main tools Oliveira needs to focus on when at distance are his kicks. As discussed earlier, Tapori has a habit of not defending any kicks. A heavy focus on teeps and calf kicks will disrupt Tapori's rhythm and create a lot of cumulative damage. Bringing back the spinning back kick for this fight could be a good idea as well to avoid being too predictable. While many believe Oliveira should focus on the head kick due to Herbert's success, Herbert landed with his left leg. Oliveira only throws head kicks with his right leg, which is unlikely to be as effective in closed stances. On the inside, Oliveira should look for knees to the body. His knees are extremely underrated. He may have finished Poirier with a choke, but he really broke him with teeps and knees. The flying knee is of course risky, but Topuria often lowers his stance, making it a viable technique. Herbert is a bit taller, but if he can connect with a knee, Oliveira can definitely get the height needed if he commits to a jump. With punches, Oliveira needs to punish any opening that Topuria hasn't fixed. If Topuria continues to overcommit to his strikes, like he did as recently as his last fight, Oliveira needs to land a hard straight. If Oliveira can manage distance properly, Topuria will also be vulnerable as he throws. With Oliveira having a 5-inch edge in reach, this will give him an even greater opportunity to land. Charles is no stranger to punishing tendencies like this, and will need to emphasize it in order to win this fight. It's difficult to know how effective Oliveira's wrestling will be, but either way it creates another factor that Ilia will have to focus on defending. Since Oliveira is so dangerous on the ground, shooting in the first 20 seconds of the fight would help seed the worry into Topuria's mind. This will open up more options on the feet, regardless of if Oliveira can secure the takedown or not. While I understand why many believe this is an easy fight for Topuria, I do believe it's a winnable fight for either man. Oliveira's style poses a unique danger for absolutely anyone in the division. Who do you think wins this fight? Once again, if you like cold in-depth analysis, subscribe, turn on all notifications, and join the community. Have a great day, and until next time.